What was it like playing for your dad in college?
It was cool. It wasn't, he wasn't too hard on me. I feel like even when I played in college, I played like a coach's kid. Like I saw it through a coach's lens more than a player's lens, and so I just tried to do the little things. I wasn't that good, so I had to make up in other areas.
Tyler, when Donnie first was announced to be on your staff, you said you couldn't really find the words for the significance of having him on your first coaching staff. Have you found those words to kind of describe what that means to you?
I think it's just blessed and thankful. I think that, you get kind of the best of both worlds. You get Pops on your staff, but then you also get 40 plus years of experience on your staff as well. And so for me, that's invaluable. When I worked for him or when I played for him, I never approached it as though I'm the coach's son. Like I tried to work just as hard as anyone else, not have any handouts or anything given to me, and tried to earn my keep. And I think that when you look at the makeup of our staff, we got a very talented and experienced staff here. And I think for him, he approached it in a way where it's like he knows this is his first year in the W, and he's just trying to help wherever he can and whoever he can. And so that's kind of the selfless mindset that he instilled at me at a young age, and now it's carried on through.
What feeling did you have when Tyler told you that he had been named the head coach of the Sky, and then when he asked you to then join his coaching staff?
I was just overjoyed for him and for his family. He's, as I said, he sacrificed an awful lot through the course of this whole journey. And to see him get rewarded this way with an organization, a franchise like this, just filled me with a tremendous amount of emotion. The only challenge for me was his mom said that I was on a 90-day probation. So I hope I'm past that now, that he's going to keep me for a while. But it's been a great journey.
At Alabama, Donnie, you were the head coach and you were an assistant. Obviously now the roles have shifted. Has that been an adjustment at all?
It really hasn't been for me. When I hired him to work for me at Alabama A&M, it was an opportunity for me to kind of see his growth and where he was at that point. He was in charge of our player development, and the thing that impressed me most was he would take his time, he'd evaluate each individual, and then he'd have a plan for each person. And that said to me that he's thoughtful in this process. He recognizes that everybody's not the same, everybody's not at the same level. Figure out what's best for each individual, and then we'll move in that direction. And then now being in this scenario, I'm looking at how he has taken command of the meeting rooms, of the locker room, of the sideline. I'm watching how he's taking command of that, and I get a great feeling seeing that, because he's been around some terrific coaches and some terrific minds.
What are kind of the most important lessons that you learned from watching your dad?
Yeah, I think he was the first to teach me about selflessness. No matter what position that he was in, whether it was an assistant coach or a head coach or an athletic director, he was never above doing the little things that could make a big difference. No matter who you were, he treated you with the same type of respect. He treated the custodians and the janitors the same way that he would someone high up in administration or in front offices. And so I think the care that he put into people is what I take most from him.
Is it great to kind of just be able to spend every day with each other and just, maybe catch up on time?
Yeah, it's been great. We both still probably need our space from each other every now and then. So it's not like we're together all the time on the road or anything, but it's been great to have him here. My wife and my son are here, so it gives my son a chance to be with his grandpa and vice versa. And so, yeah, that's been great to have that.
And for me, it's making some excuses to come over and see him when I really know I want to see my grandson. So it works out pretty well.
I'm curious, what's it been like to be so intertwined in each other's basketball journeys?
Our family lifestyle and our careers have always been that. I've never not known a life of not being a coach's son. And so it's become part of who we are and how we identify. And I think that all that has kind of culminated into partly who I am as a coach, and being able to adjust and adapt and to coaching in college on his staff and now having him on my staff is just, can't really put that into words.
For you to go from being a coach's son to now raising a coach's son, what is that like to kind of have that full circle kind of generational connection?
I think it helps me be a better parent. I think that it helps me be a better coach. One thing that you learn quickly in parenthood is that your kids is always watching, and they watch every move, they watch every word they say even before they're able to talk. And so my son has made me very mindful of how I treat people as well, and making sure that I'm always a great representation of who I am as a man and who I am as a dad, who I am as a husband. And I learned that from my dad, and so hopefully it continues to pass down.